Dear students, today we take another subtopic from 15th lesson, that is differences between the unitary constitution and federal constitution. In the world, we can find or we can come across two types of constitutions. So while writing constitution, uh, there are countries following are written unitary type of constitution. You mean that they move towards unitary constitution. Some countries move towards federal constitution. Unitary constitution, federal constitution. There are two aspects, two types of constitutions we can find. So what is unitary constitution? What is federal constitution? What difference we could see mostly in between this? That is a small subtopic given to us in our textbook in 15th lesson. A small topic, one para that describes regarding this unitary and federal constitution. I will give a little bit clarity. I think whatever the message is given in textbook, more than that I will try to give regarding unitary constitution and as well as federal constitution. First one, unitary constitution. Unitary constitution, the word enough to understand. Unitary, single. You mean that a government is only single government in a country. Government is mostly central government which rules nation. All the powers are with the central government. It is nothing but single polity. The word is to be taken. Single polity. Single polity. Single polity. Polity means system of government. System of government. Polity means system of government. What system of what type of system of government here? Single polity. Single government. You mean government, single government in sense, government is at the center. If you take this one as a country A, the country A, just remember this is country A. This is the place where a government is ruling the entire area. Government is ruling entire area. The center in the sense, central government. You mean that a government at the center, which is looking after entire country, and where we take all the powers are with the central government. All the powers are held by central government. You mean that entire country has a kind of system, administrative system, which is mostly depending upon the central government policies. Totally depending upon central government policies. You cannot find any separate small and separate government in a particular area. You cannot see it. It's an area where a particular government will be seen in other type of constitutions. It's a small unit. Example, it is a small unit of administration. A small unit of administration which is following the guidelines given by the central government. And you mean that center can create small governments. Center can create governments. Center can create small governments. Governments are there at local level. What you call this one? Local governments. Local governments are there. Can be created by center. Can create. But when local governments are created, that was created according to the interest of the central government, according to the central government convenience. The local governments are created The local governments are created. You mean local governments, if you talk about local government cannot act according to their interest. Local government, that is created one, created by central government, but even though a particular government that is there, a small union that is there, small governments are there at various levels, these local governments cannot act according to their interest, because powers are with center. All the powers are with the center. And second one is example, you take USA. Example, we're talking about example USA or India. You take whatever the country, just you can take any country. Country X you take. This is a country. All the powers are with the central government. Central government sense entire nation, its things can be done by the central government. Formation of laws, taking decisions, taking new reforms, and nationwide issues, everything will be done by the central government. Any issue that is related to a small state, small area, state, whatever you say, the decisions will be depending upon the central government. Here government is there without powers. Government is there without powers. Government local units are there, local administrative units are there, but they cannot act independently. They must go through the central government. And when it comes to the legislature, legislative body, single legislature body, single legislature. Single legislature in the sense, do you know legislative body? Legislative body, who are there, a body which makes laws, right? Who are there? MPs are there. Ma'am, when talking about India, it's MPs, Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha MPs. State level, legislative assembly, MLAs. So my point is here, in a unitary constitution, only one government, central government, only one legislature, this point here. Unit level legislature won't be. Unit level legislature won't be. We cannot find legislature at the state level or local level. And second one is another important area, a strong central government. Strong central government, D. A strong central government. You mean all the powers in an unitary constitution. Central government is strong in the sense we have only one government. We have only one government, but that government is very, very strong, because powers are with only one government. Whatever the decision taken by the government in the country, that is only the central government. There is no power to take decisions by the unitary small units or administrative units, so that generally it is strong. Single legislature at the center, legislature at the center, can make laws in this legislative body. So it is nobody can, no small or government or central state governments, if it is there, cannot react to that. Cannot react to that. You mean that states do not have, states are local body, local units, small units, whatever units, cannot have any power to do according to their interest. Any power to do according to their interest. That is the point. That is. You mean that here we can find the role of the state governments nothing, or local units nothing. The role of the central government is more. Is more what? Totally central government is playing major role, right? The role of the state is nominal, even nothing. And coming to the next one is here single constitution. Single constitution. Sir, what is that single constitution? Constitution that is written for center, not for state. Some other another type of constitution, or federal system. In a federal system, there is separate constitutional provisions for the states and local bodies. What are the governments are there at various level? Every government has their own constitutional power. But here in this unitary government, single constitution meant for central government. We don't have any constitution or certain acts or laws for the local units. Local units meant for can be made by the central government for local units, but that is also according to the convenience of the central government. So, and then talking about constitution can be amended by central government. But in the amendment of the constitution, there is no role of units, single units. So finally, what we say that single country, a country with single government, with all the powers are concentrated. Centralized administration. Here the states and local units do not have any role to play. I think in these particular aspects you can say that talking about this single citizenship will be. States cannot, a citizen belong to the nation but not belong to any small unit. Single citizenship is the nature of the what is that? Unitary government. That is a major point. A person belongs to the nation but not we cannot say that in America what is that dual citizenship is there. Is a citizen of the state and later citizen of the country. But here that won't be. In unitary government that kind of system won't be. Single citizenship will be. Person belong to nation, not belong to, then that cannot be claimed, right? You mean that I am first of all I am from the state? No, that's not there. State and its role, its confidence, its authority, its independent status is zero. Even a person used to say, I am the person of the X country, this country. This is about unitary constitution. Single polity, powers are concentrated at the center. We have only single legislature, a lawmaking body. Their laws can be made by central government for the country. That's why central government is very strong. And local units do not have any power to enjoy anything because we have single constitution. Single constitution in which all the powers are related to central government. Here there is no separate constitution for state governments or local governments. So that constitution meant for the central government, and it can be amended by the central government. Process of changing or whatever that new provisions are to be added will be added by central government. But in this process, there is no role for the local units. This point is to be mentioned. But here we can see single citizenship. These are the general features of the unitary constitution. Coming to the federal constitution. Federal constitution is different from the unitary constitution. What are the general features you can find in the federal constitution? Talking about the general features, first one is federal constitution. What is the federal constitution? Federal constitution we can see dual polity. Dwell polity. Dwell in the sense two. Polity in the sense, what do you mean by polity? System of government. System of government is polity. Dual polity in the sense two governments. Two governments. One is government at the center, government at the state. Or third, local governments also will be local governments. This so dual polity, or so if you think that local bodies are even dual polity, dual government at the center, at the state. You mean there are two governments. Government is at the center, which is looking after the entire nation, and certain things can be done by central government, and certain things are left to state governments. And two levels of government. One is center, second one is state. Example, take this country X. This is about central government, and here it is state government. Central government can rule the entire nation. Central government A, here it is state government. But at the same time, whatever the territory or the land that is there to the particular state A, can look after these areas. And the state which is having authority over the region, center which is having authority over the country. See, once center meant for entire country, state meant for only particular state. But here, second point, if you want to think about second point, powers are distributed. Powers are distributed. You mean powers, whatever the constitution is there, that certain powers are given to central government and some other powers are given to state government. This point is to be taken. Both are enjoying powers. State is supreme in this area, the center is supreme in this area. And third one is should not interfere, no interference in the affairs of the state. Center cannot interfere in the affairs of state. Even state also cannot interfere in the affairs of the center. Both are enjoying the powers which are granted by this constitution. Here it is dual constitution. We have constitution for central government and another constitution for state government. Even in only one book, but the powers are distributed. If you are looking at the constitution, only which is written in a single book, but at the same time, separate provisions are there for center and separate provisions are there for state. That's why you can say dual constitution, single constitution. I said earlier, unitary single constitution, in which there is no place for the state governments. But in federal system, dual constitution, this word can be taken. Example, there are 445 articles in our constitution. There are certain articles meant for the state, around 200 or less than that, whatever that. Another 200 or something meant for the state, center. You mean states having their own provisions in the same constitution, even center also is having, even division of the constitution. Constitution, certain provisions, certain principles meant for state, certain principles meant for central government. And central government can look after certain subject related to nation like currency, railways, foreign affairs. There are certain areas or subjects on which the central government can make laws. Even clear-cut division of powers here. Particular area is given to central government and another area is given to state. You take state government, state administration, internal police, followed by education. Certain areas given to state. There the state can do certain things. But combinedly there are some subjects. Both can make laws. Both combinedly can make laws, can whatever. So that is another point. So division of powers, some powers given to center, some powers given to state, Some are kept between the state and the center. This point is to be taken. And even national interest, the subjects which are related to the national interest, entire country, are related to entire country, are meant for entire country, like currency, like railways, foreign affairs, neighboring countries, relation with other nations, state central related taxes. What are that? These are all areas where central government can rule, can look after, can govern the nation. But certain areas, some other areas are given to state. There, state can rule the nation. But here, courts. What are courts? Courts can look at both the governments. Courts having the right to interpret the laws made by center and the state. Either state or center, if they are going against the constitution or above the constitution, or making laws which are not there or which are against the constitution, can be suspended, can be studied, can be stopped, can be dismissed by courts here. Courts can involve in this. Separate wing, that is their judiciary, can involve in the matters in the state and central government and their administration. And if any government, whether central government, state government, if it is going against the constitution, it will be checked by the judiciary. So judiciary is a watchdog of Indian constitution, can look after the states and their laws and their aspects and everything. If they are going against that, if they are not following, immediately laws can be suspended which are against the constitution. So courts have the power to interpret the laws made by the central government and as well as state government. This point is very, very important. So everybody has autonomous, independent in their areas, in their subjects, in their powers, can make laws according to their powers. One cannot interfere in others' matter, and the state and center combinedly they are working. Of course, in some countries states are stronger, some countries states are not such a strong states. Example, take America. American states are stronger than Indian states. We'll look at that. What difference that is there? The type of administration that is there in India and as well next video, India and USA. So, federal in the sense dual polity, two governments, government at the center, government at the state, both are enjoying powers, both are constitutional bodies, constitutional heads or constitutional governments. Constitutionally they got powers, they are heads in their particular area, they can make laws and courts can interfere in these areas if their laws are against the constitution. And at the same time, a constitution, a separate constitution for the state and separate constitution for central government. You mean that separate provisions that are written in this particular area. So, this is about the small subtopic that we have discussed. Regarding this, if any comment is there, any problem is there, just contact. Thank you.